Welcome to Level Up, where you get the score on video games. Alright, I think the time is right. I now declare the rest of August to be Bat Month. That's right, I decided that every August I would dedicate a good part of the month to reviewing video games that fit a certain theme. This year I've chosen to review 3 games based on Batman. I'm going to review them in chronological order of when they came out. First up is Batman for the NES.
You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?
This game came out in 1989, same year as the movie it's based off of, which also has the same title, Batman. 1989 was a good year, eh? Honestly though, the similarities between movie and video game are very minimal. Here's what it has in common. Batman is the main character, it ends with a showdown against the Joker, and there are a few random cutscenes in the game from the movie, though with no other similar events, it's just disjointed and random. Other than that, nothing. This game honestly looks like someone came up with their own game, made all the enemies, level design, etc., then at the last moment slapped a Batman license so it would sell better. This doesn't hinder the gameplay, but they could have definitely made a creative way to feature more things from the movie in-game.
Never rub another man's rhubarb.
I have a lot of thoughts about the gameplay. First thing you will notice is that this game can feel a little stiff. First off, Batman seems to move slow, but if you watch the movie, he's not exactly speedy in that either. The second reason it might feel stiff is because of the jumping. You have very little control of Batman while he's in the air. From what I understand, developers and producers Sunsoft were going for a more realistic type of jumping in their games at that time. This isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it takes some getting used to. Remember, look before you leap. Speaking of jumping, this game also gives you the ability to wall jump. Simply put, jump, hit against a wall, you bounce off in the other direction. It's a simple game mechanic found in a handful of games, including Buster's Hidden Treasure, that's often used in some pretty unique ways. In this game, the wall jump was pretty easy for me to master, but there are a lot of points where you will need to be very precise, so you'll still need to be careful. The last worthwhile ability that Batman has is Deranged Weapons. Instead of just punching, you can use batarangs, a gun, or a triple shuriken. To use these, you need to pick up ammo that enemies drop. This is both good and bad. Good, because if you use less than 10 ammo to kill a guy and he drops a pack, since they're each worth 10, it becomes really worth it, with the alternative being losing health. This is bad, because it means you can run out of ammo, which doesn't make sense for the batarangs since they come back to you. In short, you'll have to use your own good judgment to know when to use a ranged attack. However, switching ranged weapons is something interesting, which gets me to my final point, the button layout. To rotate your ranged weapons, you press start. Now get what I mean here. You don't pause the game to switch weapons. Pressing start goes to the next one and select pauses the game. At first, I thought this should be reversed, until my roommate pointed something out to me. The start button is on the right hand side. This makes it easier to quickly get your weapon out without stopping the action. The problem though comes when you want a weapon that's 3 presses away while enemies are close by. That's when I would like a weapon select menu. Also, I always get fooled when I go to pause. Anyways, that's the gameplay in a nutshell, all coming together to make something fun and interesting, like the Dark Knight himself.
Where does he get those wonderful toys?
I've said it a couple of times in this review, but this game is interesting. It has near nothing to do with the movie or the character it's based on, but it's still pretty fun. It's a little tough, and the game feels stiff, but in a way it just adds to how badass Batman can seem. The music is pretty cool, and the game has this dark cartoony style. It gives the same feel as the movie, but does so without looking anything like it. All in all, I would recommend this game to any fan of platforming games, but reluctantly so to those who are just fans of Batman. I give Batman for the Nintendo Entertainment System 8 levels out of 10. I'm Leo Melanson, and Bat Month continues next week.